Confirming for you then in our penultimate race here in the Grand PriTK, here in Budapest, Hungary. Bags Liddell, sub 115. Try hard up there with him, Invero and Jake. A lot of AI and quite a few races starting further back. A little bit bizarre, a bit different. There's just not many humanoids here today, fam. We got 6 human races with 10 AI. It may well all be decided here today. 4.3 kilometers of Hungary's finest. Let's get it on. Bags Liddell and Tryhard lead us early doors. There are only 6 human drivers, to repeat that sentiment. Straight up fact. Bags on the inside. Tryhard slots in behind him. Invero in third. Branny collides with Vettel back in 7th. At the top 5, the lads, if you will, getting it done. If you can get away from that AI nice and early, generally your life is pretty damn good. 14 turns, just under 4.5 kilometers of track. Might not reach any crazy top speeds, but the laps come thick and fast. Bags going very wide there. Able to recover. The top 4 very close behind one another. Alongside, in behind. Chris 3.5 seconds back. And then it's Branny in 8th in an AI sandwich with multiple bready layers. Keep an eye on him to see if he can get through the AI. In fact, after that collision, sadly for him, it's to the pits in behind Lewis Hamilton. Well, stuff that then. Chris, ahead of Vettel. 4.5, 5 seconds in behind Jake in 4th. Invero, our race winner last week in Sao Paulo. I've heard it pronounced different ways. In 3rd place, Tryhard, our Grand PriTK leader in 2nd. Bags Liddell up in front. Sao Paulo certainly gave us a bit of Brazilian flair, intrigue. M Stone, Invero, Bags Liddell, your top 3. Jakey in 4th, Clifford 5th, Branny 6th, Tryhard back in 7th. What that did do is keep this title race interesting indeed. It is I'm a FIFA Tryhard. 154 points. Bags Liddell 147. Bags needs to finish within a place to keep things interesting. You can finish above him, of course. We will have an incredible, dramatic last race of this 12-race series. Season 1 of the Grand PriTK. It is Tryhard. 1.5 seconds in behind Bags Liddell. Invero chilling in 3rd. Jake in 4th. Chris, again, you see that margin. The top 4 really getting away from the pack. Branny back in 16th after that pit stop. Plenty of time left. No drama. You'll be fine. As for the team standings, a huge opportunity for McLaren. They can seal the Constructors' Championship here today. You'll see Lando Norris up in 8th. Keep an eye on things because Alfa Romeo are 34 points behind McLaren. While I don't think we'll see an outright winner today, anything can and will happen. In the Grand PriTK, we're still on board with Jake in the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri back in 4th. Haas in 3rd. Alfa Romeo in 2nd, as mentioned. Jake, after joining the Grand PriTK relatively late on, had some issues with one particular Bayless. Likes to call him out before races. Thankfully for him, no Bayless today. 4th in Brazil. 16th in round 9. 3rd before that. So it's podium or close. And then the next week, nowhere near. At the moment, he's got a lovely view at the back of Invero. And even the gap between the top 2 and then 3rd and 4th starting to widen. Some might say it's all inconsequential, but these drivers with a lot of pride. Jakey going a little wide. No harm done. Chris is still ahead of the AI, which is good. Respect, Renault, only 6 points in total in the Grand PriTK. So they'd probably take a 5th quite happily. Usurp that total points in one race if you can. As we head down the straight. What's Jake thinking at the moment? Settling in. Oh, wow. Gets very close there. Within touching distance. Invero holding him off. What about Bags Liddell, the comeback king? Often has had his struggles with the unlikables. Is that a bit harsh? The disruptors of the Grand PriTK, but with none of them here today. No R-Bait, no Jazz, no Treaders, no Bayless. They're off ruining someone else's day. We can settle in and enjoy. I think Invero, again, went a little wide. It is one of the harder circuits. We've spoken to the drivers before each week, and Jake's going wide again. What tracks do you like? Which do you dislike? Which are hard? Which are not? Budapest up there on the chart of enjoyable but difficult. Here on lap 5, Chris has dropped in behind Vettel. Granny still chilling in 16th position. Brief interlude. Thank you, AJ Piano, for the sub. Much appreciated, brother man. And hey, maybe that's a little segue. If anyone is a sub of the stream, they go in to win prize pool for the Grand PriTK, for Minecraft, for all the other random competitions that we do. Most relevant to the Grand PriTK. The winner outright receiving $50 Australian. The 2 drivers who win the Constructors' Championship will share $50 Australian. Not bad for a bit of fun. Once a week over 12 weeks, and they're Invero wide, but not onto the green grass. The longer it stays like this, you feel like the more that gap will break on out. 4 seconds between Tryhard and Invero. 3 seconds between Tryhard and Bags Liddell, who is sitting rather pretty at the moment. Hang on. The Invero pit, as soon as I went to cut to him. Come on, production team, sort it out. Jake will get past. He'll have to pit in just a moment's time, but we take those for now, don't we, Wakey? This is sounding awfully biased at this point, but I'll be straight up honest. Jake's just a lovely human being. Up onto the podium. Vettel pitting as well. Tryhard, 3.5 seconds in front. 4 seconds behind. Clear air all round. It will be interesting to see if Jake can eat into the time now that the stopping block of Invero is no longer there. All the AI pitting as one. Thing of beauty. Chris as well. And maybe Branny will have the opportunity to make an overtake or 2. Or 3 or 4 or more. Branny up into 11th. Thank you very much, he says. He will find himself 5 or so seconds, depending on how these splits even out. Behind Vettel, closer to 6 to be fair. For Vettel in behind Giovinazzi. So A lot of work for Branny to do, and Bags Liddell will now pit. Try Hard can enjoy a brief race lead. It'll be interesting to see where Bags Liddell pops out here. Invero was some 26 seconds behind, so that gap way too large, one would think. Here we are then. Bags Liddell in third, 11 seconds behind. Wakey in second. 3.5 to 4 seconds in behind. I'm a FIFA tryhard, who again, let us remind you all, if we haven't done it enough, he can win the whole shindig today. 154 points for I'm a FIFA tryhard. Must be a bit of a F1 tryhard with efforts like this. He started off with a 5th in Melbourne, 6th round 2, 1st round 3, 2nd round 4, 3rd round 5, in round 7, 8 and 9, 1st, 2nd, before the aforementioned relative disaster that was Sao Paulo. Tryhard deciding now is his time to make the stop. And Jake can enjoy a brief spell as race leader. Relatively incident-free. I believe it was just the Branny and Vettel clash at the start. Branny has already made massive amends, just 2 seconds behind that man. And looking at a top 5 spot. Chris down in 16th. It's not been his day here in Hungary. That car is sounding just awful right now. The AlphaTauri sounds like 3 angry bees. No more, no less. Almost halfway through. That's not just me, right? That's just a disgusting sound. What is going on right here? Is that just what an AlphaTauri sounds like and I've never realized? Anyway. This is how we like things to sound. That is shambolic, man. Either that is the sound of an AlphaTauri in its prime, and I'm just not a fan, or there is something very wrong somewhere. Trying to close in that 9-second gap. Again, I believe Jake yet to pit. Correct me if I'm wrong. Indeed. He is the only driver yet to pit, so Bags will be our race leader, assuming Jake's broken AlphaTauri can't do the thing. But on this somewhat difficult circuit, never want to rule out driver error. There's something that could happen. We don't wish it on anyone, but while the top speed might not be anything too crazy, or even average speed, those twists and turns will get you. Yeah, I just needed one more little hit of that. All right, we move on from that sound. Oh my goodness me. Turn 1, the best spot to overtake. Chris is wobbling around a little bit ridiculously. But at the moment, with the drivers relatively spread out, not necessarily been a feature. It isn't a big one for overtakes, and as such, into the straight and into turn 1, a golden opportunity. You go nice and tight on the inside of turn 2. You can take turn 3 flat out. Not sure who's watching this series. Most of you would know these details. I've gone pretty light on the track info. I'm not trying to brag. We're just enjoying ourselves here in the Grand PriTK, but a factoid or two, good fun surely. I'm going to need to speak with Jake and fellow drivers about this sound because my world has been rocked. One way or another. This is either the way it's meant to be, and I hate it, or something is amiss. Two-thirds of Budapest almost completed. Jake with the 7-second lead over Bags Liddell. I'm comfortable saying that because we know Bags will try and close in quick time. Invero in third, some 11 seconds behind. Tryhard back in fourth. He may not get his opportunity to take out the Grand PriTK today. He may well get rid of the lead altogether. Bags Liddell could be our leader. Heading into race 12, our final race next week. We have word from Chris, who's down in 16th. He, I won't repeat the first comment, but says, Perez binned me, just like he did in Silverstone. Oh no. I did watch that race the other day, Chris, so I'm completely on board. And, a little sad. The laughter probably masks that a little bit. But we've seen the AI have what seems to be vendettas. Jake finally takes in the AlphaTauri to be put to rest, rather. Invero in third, and Bags Liddell leads once more. It's been as comfortable as it can be for Bags. A little bit of a duel early with Tryhard, but got clear. Got the margin out. And Tryhard considerably further back. Jake exits ahead of him. What can Tryhard do? I have a look at some things. It's a lovely, open-looking track, isn't it, here in Hungary? What you see is what you get. What we have right now is Bags with a comfortable lead. Tryhard with the possibility, the opportunity to wrap up the Grand PriTK. It appears today is not his day. I said that about Chris before, but the Tryhard finishing outside the podium is about as bad as 16th. That's how it will feel. Of course, it keeps him very relevant when it comes to our Drivers' Championship, Drivers' Battle. So Bags, after claiming pole, stays pole. Tryhard dropping back 2 spots. That has Jake well within his sights. Invero and Jake up 1. Brenny up 11 after I don't know what happened in qualifying. Maybe he just likes to start from the back. Not Chris's day. And what will the AI have to say in our constructors' standings? Lando not helping out Bags whatsoever. Giovinazzi the same for Tryhard. We could have a bit of a twist in that regard. Everyone has just made the 1 stop. I thought maybe Chris had made 2, but that takeout proving me incorrect. Bags Liddell, 5. Almost 5. Laps to go. Heading into the final turn. We'll see if the lappies, if you like, cause any trouble. Surely not. Jake, 11 seconds behind. It feels comfortable for Bags. Invero in third. Tryhard, 5 seconds back. Can he fight for the podium? Or is this all a relative formality? Branny in 5th. Did mention that Bags is the comeback king of the Grand PriTK. Often targeted. He never lets up. He was our first winner in Melbourne, a win in round 6 and round 9, a podium in round 2. His worst finish In fact, his only finish outside the points was round 8, where he finished 12th. Other than that, it's been 7th, 5th, or better. We have changed some of the settings for the Grand PriTK, making it easier for our drivers to lap for one, stopping the unruly for being untoward. Thank you, Jimmy Dimes, for liking the stream. Not racing today, Jimmy Dimes, and his sub-driver in 13th. The Renault woes continue. Good thing they're not around for next season, I guess. 10-second lead for Bags Liddell. Jake has opened his gap with Invero and Tryhard about that same distance back. Branny will surely just try and settle in for 5th. We look forward to seeing how it all plays out in the constructors' standings. I think it's fair to say most people care about the individual champion more. Bags Liddell starting 7 points behind. He made ground last week in Brazil. Well, he's making even more today. Fastest lap could well be crucial too. Respect Jimmy Times. Good lad. And Joggles needed a big race today, was unable to make it. Last week was his first week outside the points, so the 2 in the row halting his title charge. While that gap is decreasing, Jake racing very well indeed. It's comfortable for Bags on his second last lap. Branny has a chance to finish 3rd overall in the standings, but I think it's fair to say it will be a Tryhard Bags duel, and Tryhard choosing to make his second stop. Comfortable is he with that gap over Branny. He will go for a fastest lap after I just said, fortuitously, that it could be the difference maker. As crazy as that might sound, it really is that close at the top. Will the fastest lap make the difference? Branny is just, with all due respect, so far behind. Tryhard can do this comfortably. We'll see if we can eat into that little deficit, shall we, Tryhard? Wouldn't it be fun if neither of Bags or Tryhard got it? Throw in the wild card of a Jake Invero or Branny fastest lap. Just make things a bit meme-worthy. Final lap for Bags Liddell. Respect this man, ladies and gentlemen. The comeback king has had it considerably easier here today. Goodness me if he doesn't deserve it. Want to be careful on turn 4. Often see penalties given. The very technical Hungary track being mastered, not quite to perfection, but something close by Bags Liddell. This will be, it appears, our most straightforward race. 8 seconds, 8.5 seconds, 19 seconds, 22. The top 5, not even close to one another. The least surprising thing, Renault 15th and 16th. Sorry, Chris. It hurts, I know. But there'll be one more race. We'll do it all again, but Bags Liddell keeps the title race alive. He will be your leader into race 12. Bags Liddell, your victor in Budapest. What about Jake in second? Big moves for Wakey. Invero round the final turn in third. Tryhard going for his fastest lap. Misses out on the podium altogether, somewhat shockingly. The drama is more resultant from this race rather than in it. And he gets the fastest lap. Oh, try hard, you beauty. The final twist in this Hungarian tale. Bags Liddell, the win in round 9, the podium last week when Tryhard finished 7th. The late show from the big show. We look forward to doing it one final time next week in what is currently a mystery location. To the victor goes the selfie. Bags Liddell doing big things for himself, but what about McLaren? Is that the Constructors' title wrapped up in Hungary? That would be at least $25 for the man on your screen.